friends. How are you? Hello, wherever you are, whenever you may be tuning us in, maybe this evening, and maybe good morning, maybe good day, maybe good night. But welcome and thank that you are tuning us in. And um, it's whether you are tuning us live or getting the replay, realize that this show is where I can show, where I can tell you what's on my heart or my mind. Um, and I also get to practice my speaking, see, um, and what else? That's why I I hope that I can help you, um, and that's why I want to do it, so I can help others that may be struggling with some aspect or maybe all the aspects of a stroke and a stroke recovery. And the second, um, oh, I want to do a quick reminder. In January, yes, I'm going to rename the show from the Stroke Folks show it currently is to the Stroke Thrivers show. So the Stroke Thrivers will be what I'm going throughout my universe. My YouTube channel will change. My website will change. It will be the stroke thrivers.com. And so it's exciting, but I just want you to remember uh, what I'm all about. It's thriving, and I want you to thrive. So, um, and then I have guests on this, at least I did last year. And then around September or early October, I focused on my first book, which um, it's right here, The Stroke Survivor's First Aid Kit. And it's about my journey, but it's more importantly, it's about stroke recovery. What steps can you take to help you in recovery? And then about 6 weeks ago, I published the second book, The Word Search for Stroke Recovery, Volume 1, and it's like the easiest. It's like um, um, normally they read left to right, or up to down, um, because uh, when I was just soon after the stroke and I was doing speech recovery, speech therapy, I knew that I had to do those, and they had me do word searches, but they were easy, and they got progressively harder. Like I will, within the next 10 days, I will publish the second book, and it will uh, have words from left to right, from up to down, and diagonally. And then the third will be anyway, including backwards or reverse. And if those work, then I will do another three volumes of word search for stroke recovery. So if I get the feedback that says yes, the community wants it, I will do it too. So, but something way back when, about over 2 years ago, I guess it was 3 years, in January, I was involved in a research where there was a focus group, and the director made his speech, and he talked a lot about the stroke survivors. And I always thought of myself as a stroke survivor. That's why I titled the first book. But I realized I wanted to be more than just surviving. I wanted to thrive. And I realized others in the stroke community, they wanted to thrive too. And so that's why wrote the word THRIVOR, like a survivor. It's not really correct, but it will be someday. And so that's why I do that. And geez, 4 months ago, I just no longer. I had somebody commissioned to make Stroke Thriving, Stroke Thriver shirts. This is an example when he said thriving instead of thriver, but after a stroke, still standing, still thriving. The reason I want to do that is because when we start wearing and talking about thriving, we use a new word which captures what we're doing with our recovery. And so when others see it, they will ask, "What's a stroke thriver?" And then we can talk and we can tell them about our journey and how it's imperative that we thrive. And I have hope that it will catch on, and I suspect 2026 will be dynamite. I will. I'm telling you out here. I think I've had it for about 9 months but I decided my mission was going to be to eradicate blood clot strokes forever. And that's bold. It's crazy. I tell others and they think I'm crazy. But I realize crazy things that work become no longer crazy. And so please help me eradicate stroke, blood clot strokes. It's important. All right. Oh, and the last thing, remember that you learned from the last session of the show last week. It said they change when words, body and brain, and actions line up, and they do it over and over, repeatedly. So remember those three things: words, how we describe our life; the body and brain. It's not enough to arrange your body. You also have to arrange your mind and actions. It doesn't really help if you don't do anything. And it's you don't have to do anything, but it's important that your brain goes through it. For example, from sometimes when I'm working on visualizing my affected side work better. They have shown in science and research that my brain triggers or flashes on with as if it is really working like I want it to work. And it will. Someday it will. And it will either do it the old-fashioned way, or we'll get some breakthrough with the research, the stroke research, and we'll find there's an injection or a pill, and boom, we'll be back. So hold on to that. I do. All right. Now let's after our sponsors, let's talk sleep in a real-world way. So not because sleep is some trendy wellness thing, and it is, but because your brain and body are working overtime after stroke. And it doesn't seem like you are, but when you're in a wheelchair, trying to just get around, it seems like you're not doing anything, but you're doing overtime. And your brain is doing overtime too because it's healing, and it takes a lot of energy. And when sleep is messy, daytime fatigue gets louder, and that's what I experience. When you're dealing with daytime fatigue, you can start thinking, "What's wrong with me?" But I've been there, believe me, over the first year, especially the first year after the stroke. But if you're there right now, hear me. You're not lazy. You're not weak. You're not doing the recovery wrong. No, post-stroke fatigue is common. And the American Stroke Association even notes that sleep issues and daytime sleepiness show up a lot after strokes. Go to stroke.org to find out. But here's what helped me shift from random crashes to more predictable energy when I started doing these 3 quick checks at night before I started blaming my body. So, cheers, my iced tea, my unsweetened iced tea. So, check number one, or the first step, is a light audit. So we're going to check it out. So if your room has glowing clocks, hallway lights spilling into your room, or you're scrolling a phone 2 inches from your face, your brain is getting the signal to stay alert, to stay awake. So the Harvard Health explains that light exposure at night can suppress melatonin, which we all have, even at low levels. So that's where my eye mask became a study tool. I'm not dramatic about it, but I'm practical about it. Um, Even when I go on vacation or I go on a trip, I pack the sleep the eye mask, and so I can sleep better. And it's helpful because. But anyways, if you want, you can do a tiny experiment tonight. Put the phone across the room. Yeah? Put on an eye mask if you have it. If you don't, just put a towel over or take a hand towel or a washcloth, put it across your eyes, and make your room darker than you think you need. So, in fact, I have a nightlight which is um, approved for um, keeping you more asleep when you get up and have to use the restroom. It's helpful if you have that, unless you do the old fashioned or uh, the new way, which is the new LEDs, which are mostly um, um, light that decides it wants to wake you up. And so remember, just do that. Number two, or check two, do a noise audit. So noise doesn't have to fully wake you up to mess with your rest. It can keep your brain half on. I learned the hard way that sleep tools have to work for the household, not for me. Like my wife didn't approve with the white noise. So white noise doesn't fit uh, our home early on, so we adjusted. That matters especially for caregivers who already sleep light. Um, if noise is a factor, think door shut plus soft towel rolled at the bottom of your bedroom door, fan on low, and even you can take a the small fan, put it on a desk or a night table, so you can. But it is a little bit louder than silent, and small changes that reduce sudden uh, sounds. It's really weird, but it's true. When we go way back when we were cavemen and cave women, um, we learn by evolution that when we sleep, our subconscious and our unconscious doesn't go to sleep. It's awake and it listens and hears. And when there is a strange noise or a loud noise, it perks up. And if it is persistent for some, it wakes them up. Or some people that are light sleepers wakes up right away. So, so remember, no perfection needed, just fewer interruptions. And number three, check three, temperature check. So if you're waking up sweaty, uh, flopping, tossing, flipping the pillow, your room might be too warm. So the Sleep Foundation says many people do well around 65 Fahrenheit ingredients. I don't know, I didn't do it centigrade, but and many doctors suggest 65 to 68 as a helpful range. Mayo Clinic says 60 to 67. So basically, do it colder. Um, I'm lucky because my wife likes it colder. So we set the thermostat at 60. And it sounds chilly, but start small. Drop the thermostat a couple of degrees towards the ideal range. Um, get a lighter blanket if you want. Take socks off um, and see what happens. So do all those things and try them. And if you notice you sleep better, keep them. If your sleep doesn't change or is worse, get rid of them. That's simple. We're going to do the n equals 1. We're going to do an experiment, a tiny experiment that involves you. But the results are important that you notice what happens. So the stroke piece doesn't get enough respect. Post-stroke fatigue can be intense and stubborn. So the National Clinic Guidelines for Stroke notes estimates for stroke uh, post-stroke fatigue varies widely, and it can hang around even when other symptoms improve. So that's why I push back. Don't shame yourself and don't let others. If you're exhausted, it doesn't mean you're failing. It means your system is working hard and you need a rest. So, and last time, daytime activity means something. It still matters. And um, if you want your body to perform, to build sleep pressure at night, give it a reason for doing it that day. So the CDC, the Center of Disease Control in the USA, says that sleep guidance includes being active and building a bedroom that's quiet, dark, and relaxing and comfortable. So so that can look like you take a small walk during the day, a gentle strength work, stretch, gardening, therapy exercises, or a few minutes more than yesterday. Important. So, and last but not least, remember naps keep the relief and they reduce the chaos. After the strokes, of course, I went from never having strokes to needing 1 to 4 naps a day. So if it's you, try this mindset. Use naps on purpose, not by accident. So basically, plan to lay down and rest yourself. Maybe you will fall asleep. Even if you don't, you still rest. But pick a nap time window, maybe 20 minutes to an hour. Set a timer. That's important. And get up and reset and light afterwards. So if daytime sleepiness is extreme, snoring is loud, um, breathing pauses happen, or you're falling asleep without warning, it's worth a quick check-in. So speak with your health professional. Important. The American Stroke Association highlights sleep disturbances after stroke and notes stroke-related breathing issues are common. So find out if you have to get a CPAP or other things like that that help you um, uh, breathe better than before. And um, and another day I'll talk about taping your mouth shut. Yes, I know. But I'll talk about that on another session. If you want more talks like this, share the story with a fellow thriver or caregiver, and join the email list. It's important so you don't miss the January change to the Stroke Thrivers, or it will be strokethriver.com. And just now, to get to it, you go to uh, thriveafterstroke.org, and that will still be alive after the change, but I'm not going to update it. So Stroke Thriver will be the main website. So please help us get the word out and make the change after I do it. So remember, in gratitude and grit. Um, signing off.